Alright guys, we're going to be doing a Noble Knight deck profile for you guys. I'm going to do main, extra, and side deck, so let's go ahead and get started. Main deck. For the most part, you run 3 medruat. I only have 2 at the moment because of some stuff. But he leads you into all of your combos. He is the main part of the deck. You can summon him. He's a normal light monster with 1700 attack, level 4. Equip him with Destiny, Excaliburn, Caliburn, Gallatin, Arfeudutyr, and he bumps up a level, becomes dark, and now has the effect to special summon 1 Noble Knight out of your deck per turn in face-up defense, and then destroy 1 Noble Arms you control. Which, for those of you who know Noble Knights, or for those of you who don't, you know that that Noble Arm will re-equip to any face-up target, assuming that it hasn't already. So you run 3 of him for sure. I run 1 Noble Knight Brothers. It solves the problem of decking out. Noble Knights will thin out their deck ridiculously quickly between medruat and borz, and a lot of other stuff. If you run Foolish Burial, you'll thin your deck out extremely quickly. Plus, it's a +1 off the draw. And if you're really needing that borz effect and you can't fetch cards out of the graveyard, you can send them back into the deck and then use the borz effect. So it's awesome. I'm running the synchro version, so I'm running 2 Lady of the Lakes. You can target 1 level 5 or higher Noble Knight you control, reduce double by 1, and special summon her out of the graveyard, which immediately gives you access into your level 5 synchro. So I run 2 of her. You can also normal summon her and target a Noble Knight normal monster in your extra deck, or graveyard, and special summon her on the field, which once again, immediate synchro. I want to run 2 Drystans for his devastating effect that can clear the field pretty quickly when used correctly, and because of the Drystan lock. If you summon 2 Drystan on the field and you play an Arf on one, use its effect to destroy one of your opponent's face downs, and then play an Arf on the other one, and figure that out, use Drystan's effect to blow it up or whatever, and you reduce both their attacks below 18, your opponent cannot target or destroy them, target with them attacks or for effects, which creates the Drystan lock. 2 Gwen. She's amazing. If you've got a borz or a medruat on the field, she turns them into a catastor, which is fucking amazing. Plus, it gives it an extra 300 attack, and if it's a light monster, even better, you're immune from Dark Hole, Mirror Force, and the other stuff that Destiny can only protect you from once. So I run 2 of her. You can usually Foolish her to get to her, or if you draw her, you can have 2 of her face up on the field, but you can only do 1 of her effects per turn from the grave or hand to equip them. 3 borz. Like I said, he's second best to medruat only. Gets you your equip spells out of the deck. Like medruat, he is a normal level 4 light monster while face up on the field without an equip spell. You equip him and he jumps a level and becomes dark. I run now, because of brothers, I run 1 laundsallyn. He can do some amazing stuff once you get later in the duel or even early. If you don't draw that medruat that you need, I have gotten around not having medruat on the first turn and still gotten to what I needed just because of him. 1 eachtar. The banishing kind of does suck a little bit, but he's also amazing because you can summon medruat. If you have your spells already, summon him out of your deck, and now your opponent can't stop your ixies. And that stops a lot of stuff. And because of your king's effects of pulling equip spells out of the graveyard falls under the category of when he's summoned, they can't Veiler that, which is amazing. 1 gwakchvad to recycle your Noble Knights back to your hand. It also helps with the OTK built around Excalibur and Blade Armor Ninja. 1 vanilla artorigus because you need it for the Lady of the Lakes. 2, I only run 2 gwen. It's really all you need. I've seen people run 3, but I don't really care for 3. It was slow, and if you didn't draw normal monsters, you'd have to normal summon it, which pretty much loses its effect. 2 Veiler. Effect vanishing is a great thing nowadays. Usually the fienish chains index, but I also like to run Veilers. 1 soul charge. That's actually in the place of the medruat right now, and I might actually keep it and take something else out instead. Most of you guys are familiar with soul charge and the damage that it can do, so I'm not going to explain that. 1 foolish to get your stuff to the graveyard that you need faster. You can send Lady of the Lake, Gwenfar, Black Laundsallyn, eachtar, and some other stuff to the grave. Or you can even use it to send a Noble Knight you want to the graveyard, and then use gwakchvad's effect to grab it. Dark Hole, obviously. 2 Forbidden Lance, making monsters immune to stuff. Just because you use Forbidden Lance on a Noble Knight does not mean it loses its effect. If you summon a medruat and they play Bottomless, and you immediately just play Lance, you can still equip to him, and he will still have his effect. There is absolutely no minuses from that. 1 ROTA, and 2 MST. After that, we go to excaliburn to stop targeting, to gallatin, 1 caliburn, 1 arf, and as most people agree upon, 3 destiny. And then just pretty simple on the traps, 2 fienish chains and 1 solemn warning. That's it for the main deck. Now on to the extra deck. As I said before, I am running the synchro version, so I run 2 ignoble knights of high laundsallyn. Pretty awesome. Synchro summon it, equip a spell to it from your deck, gets around a lot of stuff that stops the deck. Like if you play a spellcaster deck, there's not very many spellcasters in your deck. First off, so if they play Secret Village of the Spellcaster, you can get him off. You can get 2 an equip spell really easily because you're not activating it from your hand. You're not activating it yourself. It's going straight from the deck to the field. They can't stop that. 1 Gaia Dragon, pretty cool to rank it up and watch your noble arms fall off and re-equip to a different noble knight after, say, your big kings run out of material. 1 Tiaras. I run 3 ignoble noble knights, Sacred King of Artorigus, because I like him. He is my go-to guy for this deck. I do not beat around the bush. I get to him as quickly as I can, and I control the duel with that. 2 Baby Kings. I don't really go to him a lot, but against a lot of decks, the back row hate is amazing. 1 Excalibur. 1 Omega, because almost all your monsters are light, or become dark only when they're equipped with something. 1 Star Liege for, well, the exact same reason. Bohemian in Berserker. I like that because it's just like an Noble Arms equip spell. I can banish 2 cards, which makes it the ability of a DD Crow twice during my turn, and then equip it to one of my Noble Knights for an extra 1200 attack point boost. 1 Gaga Cowboy for the burn, and then for now I've got 1 Daigusto Emerald in here also. And for the side deck, 1 Thunder King Ryo. I like that because I don't search much, and what I do search is only borz. So if I side that in, it doesn't really hurt me too much. 2 Flying Sea to stop Ixizing. 2 Max Sea. Mind Control, kind of self-explanatory. Kaiser Coliseum, because Knight's grind game is absolutely amazing, and I don't have to worry about losing if I pull off 1 monster and you can't pull off more than 1. I'll just blow it up and then swing at you. 1 Royal Decree. 2 DNA Surgery. 2 Mind Crush, because a lot of decks love to search nowadays, and shutting that down is amazing, or I can just call Dark Hole out of the blue and maybe stop that. And the final one is And the Band Played On. Kind of an underrated trap card. You cannot neither player can normal or special summon monsters of the same level. Can't special summon, they can normal summon them if they want. So, and they can't special summon monsters of the same rank. So because Noble Knights like to change their levels while they're on the field, like Medruat, I can summon Medruat, equip him with a spell, special summon Borz from my deck as a level 4, and then make Borz level 5, which gets around this and can shut down decks like Sylvans, stop that a lot really quickly, Mermails, and definitely Bujins. If they can't get off their Ixies because of this card, they're completely messed up. So that's my Noble Knight deck. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below what you think of it, and maybe if you have some better ideas for something in my deck, and let me know. So thanks for watching, guys.